Read by the title, you can look at the thumbnail. We're talking about the EA anti-cheat. If you've never heard of what the EA anti-cheat is, well, for one, it's because you're probably on console, and for two, majority of EA titles on the PC have an anti-cheat, and that is called the EA anti-cheat. So it was introduced quite a few years ago in a few games. It was never introduced to FIFA, also known as EAFC right now, until FIFA 23, and that was due to a load of complaints of cheaters, hackers, scumbags that love to ruin the experience for people. So EA had to do something and introduced EA anti-cheat. But the one thing that they forgot to mention in FIFA 23 was that it was actually a thing. So when people installed it, it was there, but for some reason, because of other anti-cheats and other games and other programs, it would crash the game. It wouldn't start the game. So there was many issues and problems with the anti-cheat, and I can't lie, there hasn't been many or any issues now than it was before, where it prevents you to simply just load up the game, simply BIOS. There was a lot of issues with the BIOS, error codes popping up, and simply EA didn't really address it, not publicly, until FC24, where they finally announced all this PC optimization, all the things that we were mentioning or wanting to have an answer from, and that was about the EA anti-cheat. What is it? Why is it introduced? So FIFA 23 was the guinea pig for them to test, and EA refined it. But one thing an anti-cheat should do, and that is to prevent cheaters and hackers. I'll be honest, it's one of the most useless anti-cheat softwares out ever, known to man, top one in the world, because it simply hasn't prevented hackers or cheaters. Potentially there's data to back it up, but from what my experience is and from what people have experienced online, it's just the most bizarre anti-cheat that ever exists. What I don't get is why EA in the first place made an action about the anti-cheat when it just simply doesn't do anything. It's a software that runs in your background to prevent you from hacks and cheats. I don't know if there's any stats online or any analytics that could back up my statement of hackers being caught, hackers being banned, hackers being, straight up PC banned, hardware banned, software banned, whatever EA's anti-cheat does. From what I see online, it's still a mess. People who said they only met hackers once every 200 games, I've met a hacker every other day, every other week, every other game. Like, I don't know what people have been experiencing. People are literally saying like, oh, don't buy the PC version because there's so many hackers. I've been playing since FIFA 20 and I've only ran into 4 hackers, and 2 of which have been on clubs. I've only ran into 2 other hackers, one in draft, which I never touch, I never play, because why or who would want to play draft? No offense, unless it's the first 2 weeks, fair enough, but after that, who gives a crap? Whole outrage of all of this stuff online, which is just complete waffle. I've seen this is the reason why I'm simply making this video, is because in my video a couple days ago or a week or so ago, I don't know when this is going to go live, but I simply mentioned anti-cheat because it's something that EA need to fix. They need to address it publicly. They need to say like, okay, this is what it's intended to do, which they already have, but it's completely useless. It's stopping PC players to merge their transfer market with the console players. It's simply just preventing us PC players to actually enjoy our game. We've had to have crossplay disabled due to some title update recently. Why isn't that same title update introduced to console? Why is there no anti-cheat on console? There might be an anti-cheat on console, but it's probably not as secure as the anti-cheat on the PC, which is complete nonsense, I can't lie. And when it comes to hackers, all I've heard is majority of the hackers are in draft and the majority are in the higher divisions. I can confirm with the higher division players like myself and my friends that are literally in elite division right now in FC25, they have ran into a whooping 2. And this has been 2 in 3 weeks, a month or so. I guess it all depends on everyone's experience, and it's not just an EA thing, it's a complete gaming thing. Look at Counter-Strike, look at Call of Duty, look at Valorant, look at all these games that have an anti-cheat. Look at Fortnite as well. Look at all these games that have an anti-cheat, right? You can see which ones are the most secure and the ones that aren't are completely useless. There is hackers in every single game, regardless of what anti-cheat is downloaded. Whatever, the more we report about the anti-cheat, the more that EA will actually be like, okay, there's about 100,000, 200,000 players that actually are having issues with this software. We need to recheck and reevaluate it. That's just how the process works. Yes, they're $1 billion company. Yes, they could do all this stuff. Why are you waffling about your experience online when you could simply just file a report? You could go to chat support and they'll tally up how many people are having issues with hackers. The reason why there was so much of an outroar of the Steam input controller support issue in the start of this year for FC25 was because there was several thousands of people, there was thousands of people reporting it to EA, reporting it on the Steam EA forums, reporting it on EA support. Wherever EA can see it publicly, they will be aware, they'll know. Yes, it's been 3 years since the anti-cheat's been existed, but the only time I've seen an outroar was because of FIFA 23, and that was the guinea pig era for FC24. But it's just complete waffle and nonsense that people are just saying like, oh, don't believe what people are saying and all this stuff. It's simply you've just had a bad experience when it comes to cheaters on FC or FIFA or any game. The reason why I also wanted to address this video is because I recently saw a flipping video online which pees me off the most, and that's this content creator scoring, dribbling by player simply. He's dribbling, scores in the last minute of the game, wins the game. All of a sudden, oh no, the game's frozen. The game kicks him off the servers. And it's simple. Cheaters can obviously boot people off the game. And in no surprise, the player that he was playing against was on PC. Instead of turning off crossplay, why not call up EA and fix the anti-cheat? Make it better. Every single year I hear about PC players, all this same waffle about every year the same waffle about PC players, but we as a PC community too don't want to play with cheaters or hackers. We don't want to play with hackers, full stop. Console don't want to play with PC players because apparently 99% of players on PC are hackers. It's the same bollocks every single year, and it's so jarring because I've personally not ran into many hackers even before anti-cheat existed. I don't know if EA watch my videos at all, but I'm just making this video because it's just getting repetitive about PC players are all hackers and anti-cheat, and I'm just going to turn off crossplay because every player is a hacker on PC. I'll tell you that now. Not everyone is. And on top of that, we're trying to not run into them too. Hey, EA, please fix your anti-cheat. It would be greatly appreciated. It's done its job. It's improved, better. It's getting there. But I feel like we just need to amplify it a little bit more so then console transfer market, PC transfer market can combine. Happy days. I don't even know what the process is to obviously detect a cheater or hacker. Don't even comment on this video. Go to live chat support. Go on EA chat. Flip it. Go on EA support HQ. Go on everything. If you're having issues with anti-cheat, go. If you're finding hackers, if you're finding cheaters, go report to them. Go and tell them to improve the anti-cheat because that's what makes the difference. So yeah, have a wonderful day. Take care and peace.